Hey guys, and welcome to my Shadow of the Colossus and Ico review. Shadow of the Colossus is a very, very famous game, a game that was ahead of its time. Originally, Shadow of the Colossus was made for the PS2. Now, what I mean by a game that is ahead of its time, I mean in the terms of graphics, because you wouldn't normally see the incredible level of graphics on the PS2. And I just want to give a shout out, Brian, if you're still subscribed to my channel. I know you were subscribed to my old channel, but if you find me, or if you just happen to come across this video, because Google's algorithm is so great that if you type in something, so if you find me while you're looking at more videos for Shadow of the Colossus or Ico, and you happen to come across this review, I would like to make a shout out to Brian Rushton, who has a copy of Shadow of the Colossus on PS2, an original PS2 copy in mint condition, I might add. And it was great. He let me borrow his copy because I've never heard of Shadow of the Colossus or Ico before, so he introduced me, and that was my introduction, playing it on the PS2 on its original console. When I first saw Shadow of the Colossus, I was astounded. I had never seen a title of this caliber graphically on the PS2. The bosses are they are colossal. I mean, the game lives up to its name, and if you're a fan of RPGs with no fast travel, because I mean you're traveling on horse, this game is a work of art. And Japan Studios is very famous for making Shadow of the Colossus. They also made The Last Guardian, and they're remastering Shadow of the Colossus again, apparently from the ground up, for the PS4. Apparently the textures and everything's gonna look astounding, but from a nostalgia standpoint, I still prefer the original PS2 version from the HD collection. The original graphics, I mean, I still have my PS2. I can boot up Shadow of the Colossus anytime I want. I can boot up Ico anytime I want. It's my PS2 is in my cupboard. It's not hooked up because I didn't have enough room on my entertainment center. But yeah, upon saying that, I prefer just for nostalgia reasons, I prefer the PS2 version, just because that's what I was introduced to, and then later I bought the HD collection just because I love Shadow of the Colossus, but will always love the PS2 version way more because of it has its original graphics. I'm also sad I never got to play Shadow of the Colossus on a CRT, because those TVs for retro games, especially PS2, PS1, N64, NES, SNES, CRT TVs really show retro games in their truest and their best form. And as much as Shadow of the Colossus looks good on a flat screen because it's full HD, 720p, I would have loved to play it on my CRT back in the day. But upon saying that, moving on to Ico. Ico, even though it is a direct sequel to Shadow of the Colossus, Ico virtually has nothing to do with Shadow of the Colossus. So it's a different game altogether. I never quite understood Ico. Could never ever beat Ico. I definitely appreciate Shadow of the Colossus more. I wish they would make although Ico is a direct sequel to Shadow of the Colossus, I wish they would make a sequel that is superior to Ico, that actually has something to do with Shadow of the Colossus, because Shadow of the Colossus was such a great game. They have to eventually make a superior sequel to Ico, because Ico, although it was an okay game, it didn't hold the caliber to Shadow of the Colossus, although it was a direct sequel. So, I mean, Shadow of the Colossus is a beautiful game. The art style is really unique. It's you're basically playing an elf, and you have to find your way and light the sword, and it shows you the way to the boss. So basically, follow the light. The first boss that I ever beat, was the buffalo in the beginning of the game, and you're traveling by horseback. It's nothing fancy. You can't do mount, and you can't do mount on combat. But it is, it's a fun game. There's 16 colossi in all. And it's really unique for the time that it was made, to 2005, 2006, something like that. But it really is a work of art, and playing it on the PS2, which I love. Playing it on, and like I say, playing it on a flat screen is okay, but I really want to try playing it on a CRT TV, just because the fucking nostalgic and the retro games look bitching on a CRT. So, this game gets a 10 out of 10. Ico, I have nothing to say about Ico. So if you enjoyed this review for Shadow of the Colossus, please leave a like down below, and please subscribe to my channel for more reviews like this. I have a Prince of Persia review in the works. I have the HD collection. I have all free games separate, which they came out originally on the GameCube and also the PS2. So lots of retro games today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you have a good day.